Welcome back to Uncle Timbo's channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the English monster, 6'5", 265-pound interim champion, Tom Aspinall. Let's see how good he really is. Let's get serious. Okay, boys and girls, so now let's take a peek. How legit is Tom Aspinall? Aspinall followed his father's footsteps by beginning to train martial arts when he was 7 years old. That's 24 years of training in martial arts. He had 9 wins as an amateur. He started fighting when he was 18 years old. So this guy's a vet. And it's starting, all his hard work is starting to come to fruition right now. Let's go to the tail of the tape here for a second. Tom Aspinall, 6'5", 262-pound athletic freak from England. He's got a 78-inch reach. He is coming off 2-fight win streak. He KO'd Sergei Pavlovich. Let's take a peek at that fight, see what he does well here. But first, this video is sponsored by PrizePicks. It's so simple. Pick more or less on your favorite players in the NBA, NHL, UFC for the chance to win 100 times your money. Available in states like Texas, California, and 30 more, plus Canada. Deposit match with code TIMBO. You put $100 in there when you sign up, and they'll give you $100 free. Make some cheddar. That's code TIMBO. And we got UFC 304 this weekend, and I'll be giving my official picks on PrizePicks, so watch out for those on final predictions later this week. We cashed out on the Jake Paul Mike Perry fight, and let's cash out on these ones. PrizePicks code Timbo. Okay, here we go. Round 1, 441. Tom has he's very springy. He's very springy and bouncing around. I don't know how that would transfer if he gets a fight where he's going into the 5th round. But he's athletic. He's got good rhythm, athletic, kicking the stick here. Pavlovich cracks him. He backs up. Orthodox, 2 hard hitters. Pavlovich number 2 here at the time. Fast jab from the hip. That's where he's got to be careful here. Any good boxer is going to see that as a mistake. Right here, 4 minutes. See how he's backing up? Watch how he's backing up just with his upper body. After you lean back like that, there's really nowhere else for you to go. You got to back up, pushing off your front feet, keep your balance good. And when you back up, you never want to get higher than you were before. This is definitely dangerous for a good boxer, a good striker. He's leaning way back. Feet are squaring up. That's definitely something he's going to have to be careful of right there with very good calculated strikers. I don't know if Curtis Blaydes has the striking to really open that up quite yet, but now he's back to his stance, kicking the stick, and he steps in with a clean 1-2. Boom, boom. And it just bounces off Pavlovich's head. Follows up with another right hand, puts him down, and hammer fists him into oblivion. Tom Aspinall is dangerous, dude. He's like almost like a football player, an athletic football player with technique to back it up. So let's take a peek at one more fight here where he takes on Alexander Volkov. I think he's 6'7", freak of nature. He might be even taller than that. He might be 6'11". So let's see how Tom Aspinall here gets inside on this big guy. Orthodox, another kick to the stick. And Volkov makes a mistake, kind of squaring up his feet, and then Tom Aspinall walks into a body lock here. Doesn't have his Muay Thai frames low enough and his hips back. Tom Aspinall kind of blitzes him, locks his hand, very strong. Takes a big outside step here with the left leg. Boom, and he dumps Volkov. Inside control. Big, huge, athletic black belt on top of you early on. Underhook here and goes into a half guard, which is a better spot for MMA. It really is. For Volkov to get up, look at Volkov's left leg or right leg here. He needs to get that right leg free, get it to the fence and pop up. This is a good spot for MMA, especially when you're going against explosive wrestlers. Sitting on that bottom leg and beating on them is a safer spot than passing the side control or going to mount, unless you're a very, very good jiu-jitsu black belt and want to submit him. This is a good place for damage. Look, he's got his underhook posturing up, elbowing his head off. keeping that far underhook with his right arm. And when Volkov does get the underhook, look how he sits really low on that underhook, slides way back on that underhook, where he's still able to push off his face, elbow him, and pound him into oblivion. Elbows over the top, still sitting on that bottom leg. Volkov looks to get a knee shield here. And Volkov's having to carry his weight. Keeping like, so Tom Aspinall moves onto a Kimura trap here. Loses the bottom leg, but then decides to step back in. That was smart. Loses the bottom leg. Watch Tom Aspinall's right leg. It steps back into half guard. Boom, to keep it hooked. Goes to posture up, and now look at Volkov. Gets his right leg out, right hip to the fence, and now he's up. And this is beautiful here by Tom Aspinall. And this is the thing that's important in MMA. And it's hard because you go to wrestling practice, you go to jiu-jitsu practice, and you're wrestling, and you're doing jiu-jitsu. And then you go to striking practice, and then you're doing striking. Putting it all together, that's the hard part. My old coach, Robert Fallis, famous coach of many world champions, would say it's the space between the music that makes the music, and that's the same with MMA. On the in-betweens, when they're on their way up. When you're grappling, they're on their way up, punching them on the in-betweens. When you're in the clinch, punching them on the in-betweens. And this is what he does. Guys are so athletic these days and so good. It's going to be, unless you're like a Habib-style grappler, it's going to be hard to hold them down the whole time. So when you take them down, when they're on their way up, landing a few juicers. Good juicers. Boom, boom. Here we go. Juices him up a bit. Backed on the sticks, and that was tiring for Volkov. He had to carry Tom Aspinall's weight the whole time. There we go. Tom's back in here. Chin floating a little bit. Chin floating above those shoulders a little bit, which is a dangerous game to play with 4-ounce gloves. Back to stuttering in. Fast forward it here a little bit. Orthodox. You do not want to stay in the end of this guy's punches. Still springy in the first. That was a beautiful shot there. Slipped outside the right hand. When you have good timing like that, you slip outside someone's right hand, their hips are going to be square, and it's going to be an easy double leg finish for you. Watch how Tom does this here. Slips the right hand. Now look, take a peek here at Volkov's hips. Boom. And now look at his hips. Completely square to Tom Aspinall. 2-3 steps here and you're finishing that double leg. Boom. And he puts him down. Beautiful timing. Not everyone has timing like that, and that's good. Back in half guard with the underhook. Pushing off the face. This is a good spot. This is a good spot for MMA, I tell you what. Goes back to beating on him. Volkov bucks up a little bit here and gets himself a knee shield. So Tom goes Kimura on the forearm. Moves the grip to straighten his arm out here. Moves the grip towards the elbow. And this is a straight arm lock. And boom, boom, boom. Gets the tap. That was a good job. He's taking on Curtis Blaydes. Curtis Blaydes is an absolute monster. Curtis Blaydes was 44-0 his senior year in high school for wrestling. He moved on to college, won the NJCAA National Championship as a redshirt sophomore. So he's very athletic. Curtis Blaydes is 6'4", 263 pounds with an 80-inch reach. He's an animal, and he's a problem for everyone. He's not a huge star. He doesn't have this crazy, he's not this huge star, but he could beat anyone on any given day. He's coming off a KO win versus Gelton Almeida at UFC 299, KO'd him flat. I'm looking forward to the fight. We got UFC 304 this weekend. Be on the lookout on my Instagram and Snapchat. Like I said, last week we cashed out pretty good on the Jake Paul-Mike Perry fight, and I'm going to give my official picks this week. And look out for that video also. Hit that like and subscribe button and let me know what you guys think below. Love y'all. Bye-bye.